Grand Rising YouTube, Grand Rising. Good evening, good day, depending on where you are. I'm back in again to channel the messages that's sent to me, through me, and for me to share. But remember, not every message that comes through is going to be a message for everyone. But there's definitely a message here for someone. You just needed to take the messages that resonates and leave the rest for those that the message will resonate with. So I'm recording this message on the 7th of December 2025. But regardless of when you're hearing this message, my messages are timeless. I believe it's when you're most needing to hear the message. So throughout the whole of Saturday, I was doing major clear ups, like autumn clear up, type energy. So anyway, I kept on hearing the phrase, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. If your right hand offends you, cut it off. I just kept on hearing it so I said, okay, I recognize it to be a channeled energy in relation to the energies of chapter 20. So this is chapter 20, message 5. And this is stemming from the previous message, which I feel was in a masculine energy, male or female. The other side of this Empress's energy. For those that's resonating with the Empress's energy, throughout this chapter, the card that came through very earlier on in the message was cross-watching energies here. So you happen to take the messages as it resonates, as I'm channeling the energy and pulling the cards. But what I was also brought back to was my chapter 19. I believe it was the very last message. And for some reason, I felt like I needed a preview into what chapter 20 was going to be in regards to, because something was being hatched in the energy of the golden egg. And what's a coincidence here is we got the energy of the golden witches came through. But this is the card. This is the card that came through, which is card number 1, Snow White. And it's in the energy of purity. Now, the previous message that came out for the masculine energy was the Magician card. The Magician is number 1. So now it's bringing us into this energy, because the energy I was picking up from that masculine energy was, you did what you had to do, Empress energy, in regards to healing from past wounds and much more. In this energy of, you learned how to balance your practicality and your spirituality, where you may have come into your journey naive to certain things. It was up to you to seek out the information that you needed. You're a seeker of truth, and now that you did what you had to do with little to no support, is the energy I'm picking up on right now. Game over is the energy that came through. Game over. You recognize what it is that you needed to recognize, and you became aware of what it was that you needed to become aware of. Your focus right now is on your mission, your destiny, which is in this area of the reading, in this area of being an open channel, connected to your guides, your ascended masters, your ancestors, the Most High, in this energy of a new start is coming. But there's always a storm before the calm, so emotions are running high. And that's the messages 1 to 4, 4.1 even. Because now there's an attack against a masculine energy that's needing to unplug from a mass here, a mass consciousness. Again, I'm noticing how the cards are in this overall energy. And the reason why I had to put the lovers behind is because of the guidelines and the nudity. I'm hearing the purity. And in the lovers, the energy, traditionally you would say, is the energy of Adam and Eve. Eve's energy came through in this message, going back to, I believe it was part 1, message 1, in the energy of Black Moon Lilith, the rising of Black Moon Lilith, which is that fire energy within you, that instinctive energy that's within you, in this energy of something that's taking place, which was a blessing in disguise. but it was in the energy of the straw that broke the camel's back, with the camel card that came through. And it's also in this energy of the with the ancestor that saying, enjoy the new beginning which is coming towards you. In this energy of your rising, you've overcome phobias from your past. You know, you've transmuted the energy into some type of art set. And I feel like that's what the guidance of this message is for those that's resonating, is to focus on your creativity, focus on your arts, you know, focus on your book of life. I'm hearing right now, focus on the work that's going to pay you, you know, and not cause you a strain in life, bring you back, you know. Whatever this is a choice, and it's up to you. Now that you've gained a particular balance, you know, within your practicality, your reality, and this spiritual journey that you're on. I'm even paying attention to the mountain that's between, let's say, Eve and Adam here. The Empress and the counterpart. The Empress is in the divine beauty energy. And what's a coincidence about this? I pulled the divine beauty card I pulled earlier on in the message. The unplug from the mass, which is in the energy of the masculine. I pulled yesterday's energy. And the divine beauty is card 6, and the unplug from the mass consciousness is card 7. So 677 may be significant. I believe it's 667, angel number. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull an overall energy in addition to the lovers and whatever's at the bottom of the deck. But I do feel like something's coming to a close. I have got a bit of a write up here, and I am gonna read the angel number 530 in addition to this channeling energy. Chapter 20, message 5. In my mind's eye, I am seeing the Tower energy, which is Scorpio energy, endings and new beginnings. I'm also seeing the Devil card. So let's see, in regards to the energy of this message, for those that may be resonating. Couldn't stop shuffling. I believe 2 cards that came through. We've got the Magician and the Devil. So now the Magician was in the previous message. So I'm going to put the Magician back. I was seeing the Devil's energy in my mind's eye. Again, because of the guidelines, I'm going to kind of cover up the illustration. So now this is giving me the opposing energy of your lightness. This is a low vibrational energy, and it wasn't supporting you. It wasn't carrying you anywhere. Again, in the energy of, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. You know, again, going back into a little bit of the write-up I did prior to recording. There's something about a cosmic window. I was picking up on this random message. We're living in a world of every man for themselves. And at the time I was channeling this energy, it kind of got interrupted with the energy of, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. Even if it's the same hand you took the apple, and I'm talking about the apple, this is when I was reminded of this card that came through at the ending of chapter 19. I've written here, why cut off the whole arm when the mind is most powerful of all? Something is going to find you naturally in this energy of recognition, soul recognition. But what's kind of this can be on anything, because when I was picking up on this particular channeled message, it was in regards to the cards that I'm going to use for this message, message 5. it's almost like the decks were calling me. I was just naturally drawn. It's like I just knew instantly which decks was meant to be used, you know. So it's like a natural. There's something is gonna find you naturally. Again, my tarot journey, tarot found me. I didn't find tarot, you know. So that can be significant for someone. I'm even looking at this energy of the arts. You know, there's a particular art and crafts, creativity that you may just find yourself having a passion for, you know. 444, blessing in disguise, center of this message, whatever this final straw was, is some type of a inspiration, motivation even. It's inspiring you to Queen rising energy. This is definitely something to do with creativity. It could be something to do with I'm picking up on something that you may be building. I'm paying attention to Archangel Uriel, which is behind here. Archangel Uriel was the angel that stayed with Noah during the time of him building the ark, you know. I've got no doubt that Noah may have had no idea of how to build an ark. But when you're overcrowded, when your mind is overbeared with a task, let's say, and you know you have to be persistent on whatever this is, devoted to your mission with confidence, because some type of an ending is approaching here. Capricorn energy, full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and I feel like the guidance is that you're needing to take this on 10 toes down and 2 hands on. You know, grabbing something by the horns is the kind of energy I'm picking up with. Confidently. You got through one hurdle or many hurdles in this energy of game over, you know. In order for a game to be completely over, you've gone through so many different levels. But remember that saying, on every level, there's a new devil, you know. But you've gone through so much, you've gained so much experience, knowledge, and wisdom. You may not be book smart, you may not even be street smart, but spiritually smart is what I'm seeing here. But in order for you to be spiritually smart and an empress, you have to be all three smart. And this energy is about all three. You know, in this energy of those that was greedy, you know, trying to take what wasn't theirs to begin with, not realizing that wings of Isis is the energy that you possess. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds, part of a soul purpose. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle also brings an angelic assistance, intervention, and confirmation too. I'm now being brought back to one of my poems, and it's I'm a visual learner. You know, it's like your visual is what's gonna become your creativity, which is very much part of your destiny, and the way you channel your messages. Don't allow anyone to make you feel uncomfortable about who you are. You know, there's another channeled message which I did, and it was, in order for you to understand yourself, you first have to understand your gift. And in order for you to understand your gift, you first have to understand yourself. It works hand in hand. You know, your gift is the way you create, and that's through your visual learning, your visual understanding. So again, whatever this thing is, that's going to find you naturally in this energy of recognition, soul recognition. This can be anything. And at the time when I was writing this, and I said this can be anything, because like I said, it was in regards to what the cards I'm going to use for this message. I heard in a chuckling kind of an energy, I just hope it's not the hand that's being cut off, or the energy, let's say, that's being cut off, that's going to find you naturally. Let it not be a repeated cycle, you know, type energy. So at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool card, which is going to be the next message. And I do feel this energy coming to a close. This chapter is definitely coming to a close. So card 0, that's confirmation for me. and justice is right behind that. Something is definitely ending here. So I had to take a quick pause because during that channeling, my mind was getting distracted. I was drawn to this surrendering energy in regards to this new beginning and what it is that you've overcome in this game over energy. You know, many things was coming through my head at the time. So I thought, instead of me just throwing words out there, I'm just going to pull the deck. But in the energy of surrender, you know, I'm connecting with somebody who surrendered to the wisdom of their own body, you know, understanding that your wisdom and your intuition and who you are work hand in hand, regardless of what they want to say. Because what it is your demons, or what they call your demons, is irritating their life, you know. And I feel like a confrontational energy, someone is confronting you in regards to this energy of mediumship and how you're channeling the energies and how it's associated with their destiny and all of this and all of that. There's a confrontational energy I'm picking up on here. But during that pause, I was also guided to another deck. But for the life of me, with all of the clearing up that I did today, I can't seem to find the guidebook to it. And it's a deck I've used recently, so there's no way that it should be so far out of my eyesight, you know. But as I was looking for the book, channeling, I heard, whosoever's resonating with this message, there's a need for you to interpret your dreams by going into a state of meditation. And I was brought back to a dream which I had, and I'm going back to over probably around 15 years ago now, maybe 12 to 15 years. And it's in regards to the energy of the tiger. And when that energy, that spirit animal first appeared to me, was in the dream state, in the energy of being chased by a known person to me, a friend of a friend type of an energy. I couldn't see the face, but I felt the presence, you know, only to get through this kind of a maze. It was a metal maze where you couldn't stand up in the maze. You had to literally crawl through the maze. So when I got to one level of the maze where you can now kind of go up, but you still had to crawl through, I saw a tiger just lying there, similar to the one I got on my display board. And it was just the energy exchange. It was okay to pass, you know, there was no attack, there was no threat. And at the same time, the sister of the friend said to me in the dream that I may as well give up and allow it to catch me. I said I would never give up. And at that point, I woke up. So there's something significant in that energy here in regards to you will never give up, in this energy of persistency, of becoming your rising queen, you know, merging your Lilith and your Mary Magdalene, your Eve, your Adam, and all into one. But there's this energy of being as strong as your weakest link. And in Empress energy, you're a strong energy, you're a strong force to reckon with, is what I'm hearing. Multi-dimensional is the energy I'm picking up on. Whereas the masculine in this energy, in the previous message, when I was reading, I realized the masculine energy was missing. I remember putting the masculine energy out as I was coming back into message 4.1 or message 4, but realized the masculine energy was missing. I then uploaded message 4.1, and it kind of drained me a bit, you know, so I went to lie down. Woke up and I started to clear up, you know, do a deep clean then. And as I was doing a deep clean, I realized that the masculine energy was never missing. The masculine energy was actually under my chair, the whole time. This masculine energy had fallen and no one had recognized. No one was aware of what was happening right in front of them. Is the energy I was picking up on. It then brought me back to the energy of my chapter 4, I believe it is, in the energy of Hansel's been coming through majority. Gretel's only come through once throughout all of my chapters and seasons, and it's in the energy of when they got departed after leaving the house of being sacrificed from, and they was on their path back home. They departed, they got separated, but did anybody ask what happened to Hansel? You know, Hansel felt as though he was left alone, like he had to get in where he fit in, is the type of energy, whereas the energy of Gretel, the energy of those who's resonating in the energy of the Empress here, was propelled into different scenarios, life situations, quantum leap type energy, different shifts, and you was able to pivot through, adapt to, you know, grow within. You may have kind of stumbled, but you never fully fell, you know. You kept on going in this persistent energy because you always knew there's a blessing to come. I'm going to put some cards in the energy, and I'm paying attention to this energy of chamber of surrender. You know, you weathered the storm. You've gone through whatever this energy is. This attack, this spiritual warfare energy, it's a part of your story, center of this message. So it says, surrender to inner peace. Emotions is falling into this energy of emotions are running high. It's in the reverse. Something's trying to disturb your peace. Your light irritates their demons is here in the reverse. There's something that you're saying, doing is triggering some type of new beginning here for you. It's triggering a change, a shift. So let's see, in regards to the energy, for those that's resonating with the Empress here, what's the most important message? Let's see it. Two cards are fallen. Surrender to the magic of who you are and surrender to your full power. Bottom of the deck. And we've got surrender to prayer. In this energy of when you're feeling this your inner peace being disturbed, you know, it's a disturbance energy. Right now I'm seeing do not disturb sign on the door. You know, boundaries. Say what it is that you want to see. Choices. You know. So let's see, in regards to this energy of blessings in disguise, in this energy of your confidence, which is center of this message. Surrender to negative thinking, and it's falling into this energy where I said I was picking up on you may be judged at this particular moment in regards to your gifts. Your demons, as they call it, is irritating somebody. What they call it is light. And now I'm hearing that a saying, not everybody in church is good and not everybody in jail is bad. That saying, I'm hearing a lot more, but I had to just get that out real quick. And it's this energy here. Someone seeing you as a low vibration because of the way you channel is what I'm hearing. They believe it's something of a low vibration, but you're persistently doing something. They're persistently seeing you rising confidently. So what negative can be in it? It's bringing me back to another one of my poems which I read throughout this chapter. The biggest sin is the lie that is being told within religion, which is causing the true division. But let's just see, I'm focused on the energy of this camel here, because something was the straw that broke the camel's back. Enough is enough. Had you looking at the situation, if your right hand offends you, cut it off. Surrender to the wonder and the awe. Surrender to stress. It's in the reverse. Surrender to worry. Again, it's in the reverse. And I feel like this is something that you've naturally done for yourself with little to no support. In the face of the devil, I'm hearing. You're no longer worried about all of that. What all of that may have been for you, different for everybody. At end of a tough cycle approaches. The devil card is Capricorn energy. You're no longer in this energy of stress. Stress is also here in the reverse. You're no longer allowing anything to disturb your peace. But what it is that you're needing to surrender to, which is here in the upright, is open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. I'm hearing stick with us, kid. As I'm tapped into this energy of Archangel Uriel, I'm hearing it again, stick with us, kid. I was hearing that yesterday's message as well, and it's not a phrase I ever use. So I definitely feel like there's a message here for somebody. Bottom of the deck, and we've got surrender to unhealthy relationships. So let's see, in regards to this energy of be an open channel for those that I'm connecting with. And we've got surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and a peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body and spirit. And that's very important. Like I've learned that lesson, I want to say the hard way, as part of that beginning process in the energy of innocence, when you know what it is that you're feeling, so you persistently continue on with something in order to find an answer that will come to you naturally in due time, type energy. The Most High is never going to give you more than you can bear, and He's never going to bring you to it without bringing you through it, is the energy that's coming through here. So let's see, in regards to this energy, what's needing to be surrendered in regards to this new beginning which is coming. Surrender here. Surrender to your intuition. Let's get one more card for those that's resonating in the energy of this message. Surrender to the miracles. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got surrender to joy. Surrender your ego. It's in the reverse. And surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. So surrender to ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be your service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And this is bringing me back to a message which I did. And it says, the title of it is, Don't Allow Your Ego to Shine Brighter Than Your Wisdom. Surrender to outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originated from the past. In that energy of that seed of doubt that may have been planted within you from the womb. It's important how a mother speaks to a child from the womb. I made promises to my children from the womb, which I stand by to this very day regardless. So again, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originated again from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. And this is going to fall into this energy here. It's a golden energy, which is the energy behind this. Surrender to your full power and any outdated beliefs that may have been installed into you, in this energy of programming. Game over. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with a healthier alternatives. And I'm going to pay attention to how it came through in the reverse, in this energy of chamber of surrender. This, whatever these energies is that's needing to be surrendered in this energy of addictions, is attached to the phobias. You may be even in this state, replacing this energy or even seeing some type of creativity, arts, imagination in another dimension is what I'm picking up on here. But I feel like it's been part of your process of weathering the storm and breaking through, completing this cycle. The card reads here, I was just guided to read what it says, and it says you will get through it. A cycle is ending. You're a cycle breaker. You're a chain breaker, a generational chain breaker to that. There's a song I've got, a freestyle, and it says generational X, and that them call me curse breaker, land maker, teach my picnic them for have a skill or a trader, anger, watch for your temper, do no make no fool, put you in no cage, anger, you know. It says today I for them, tomorrow I for you, show the world you are one of the few, so anger, watch for your temper. Because there's people out here who's not God-fearing. You not frightened of the Almighty, not of the one of the land, but the one of the moon and the stars and the sea. Anyway, surrender your intuition and surrender to the miracles. Surrender to the miracles. It says be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. You know, your ancestors are showing you on a daily the signs and the synchronicities in the energy of miracles. You know, you think to yourself, I did in the beginning, like, especially when I was seeing numerology, and then I was guided to read up on the numerology and the way how it just aligned with what was going on for me current moment and things that took place in my life in the past way before tarot. You know, I just knew that I was in the right direction. I may not have been able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I always knew through persistence. You know, if it's one thing my dad always taught me, going back to my poem, I'm a visual learner. My first teacher is my father. You know, there's two paths in life. You can either go the hard way or you can go the easy way. You know, and he broke it down to us further. If you're going the quick way, you're always going to have to look over your shoulder. You're always going to have to worry about the devil that's behind you. Get me? And that's going to be game over. But you see, if you surrender to the magic of who you are and you release any outdated beliefs about yourself that may have been installed, that energy of the seed of doubt, and you step into your full power, again, it's game over for those that ever try to oppose you. All of what's taken up until this point in your life, in your book of life, is being a blessing in disguise. And for your devotion, your loyalty, your intentions along the way, in not only what you do for yourself but what you do for others, I see new beginnings and I see miracles and rewards for you following your intuition and accepting this mission, this that you are on right now. So I'm going to pull a few more cards in this energy. I'm so guided to read the purity deck, the purity card. Self-love is what wants to come through, and I'm going to put this out anyway. But let's just see in regards to the energy for those that I'm connecting with. I want to get 5 cards. So let's see in regards to this energy. So I'm going to read the energy of self-love first. I am awakened to the inner essence of my being and therefore can clearly see everything and everyone's inner beauty. Abundance. It says, I live in abundance and radiate abundance. I am abundant. It's just part of your essence and part of who you are. Birthright energy. Center of this message and heart of the matter. And it's in the energy of listen. Card number 19, which if you break down the numerology of today's date, is 19. I listen to the whispers in the wind that carry my voice as far as I let it be heard. I'm hearing alchemy. Courageously advance. I express myself courageously and gracefully while authentically exposing my truth. It allows for the most healing, growth, and freedom. So let's get one more card in regards to this energy for those that may be resonating. What's the most important message here? In this energy of surrendering to your intuition, in this new beginning, this new cycle that's is falling over into this energy of self-love. And it reads, make curiosity your nature. I'm hearing continuing to seek the information and going that bit deeper, you know, and gaining that inner wisdom, that inner knowledge. It says, I am a curious being who desires to dive deeply into uncertainty and vulnerability. That's where you're going to find your abundance. Bottom of the deck, we've got heart-led, card number 24. I listen to my heart's current and go with the flow as the energy moves through me. So let's see, in regards to the energy of this message, for those that may be resonating with, why is this energy here? Surrender to the miracles. Volunteer and serve. It says, I light up when I give back. This light radiates and shines like moonlight when it touches the loneliest, vastest oceans. Something is traveling across the waves is what I'm picking up on. And at the bottom of the deck, it says, cast spells with words. Every new season, day or moment can mean whatever I choose. I am that powerful. Stand in your full power is the energy of this message here for those that may be resonating with. So I'm going to pull some moonology in this energy. So let's see, in regard to this energy of self-love, why is self-love here for those that's resonating? Full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. So let's see, in regard to this energy of abundance, why this energy of abundance here for those that may be resonating in the energy of this message? Rings of Isis, it says full moon in Aquarius, be real. So let's see, in regards to this energy, center of the message and heart of the matter, why is this energy of listening for those that may be resonating in this energy? Honor your feelings. First quarter moon in Pisces, new moon in Taurus. Know your worth. And step into your abundance is what I'm hearing. So let's see, in regards to this energy, courageous advance. What's the most important message here for those that may be resonating in the energy of this message? Full moon in Libra, find balance. And I was literally about to say find balance when I was reading another card. But anyway, let's see, in regards to this energy of volunteer and serve, this is all happening within your Empress's energy. Because whatever it was that you was needing to do, see the beauty within yourself and within others, within the fears, you know, within the phobias, is what I'm picking up on here. and how you've overcome the fears, the phobias, the anxiety, the worry, the stress. It reads, attend to the details of what's coming. I pay attention to the direction that this card is in, you know. Again, it says last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself, because whatever this energy is in your Empress energy is something for you to be proud of. An achievement, an abundant, you're gaining your birthright, you're breaking chains, you're breaking generational curses, you're standing within your power, and you're taking back what is rightfully yours. So let's see, in this energy of make curiosity be your nature. Why is this energy here? Make curiosity be your nature. Embrace the flow of life and take a reality check at the bottom of the deck. Full moon in Capricorn. Something saying what's behind that. Relax. It's gonna be the time when things is gonna move full speed ahead. No time to relax. New moon in Cancer energy here is what I'm picking up on. And what's behind that? It says cool your emotions. Full moon in Aries. Be humble is directly behind that. Remember who you are and remember why you started is what I'm hearing. The card also that came through is focus on the positive. New moon in Sagittarius. For those who I'm connecting with, I feel like you're seeing the bigger picture. You understand that whatever's taking place here is bigger than us. The devil's only here to try and prevent the abundance and create worry and fear, so that none of this new beginning comes through to you. But you can't stop the sun from shining, is what I'm hearing. So the card that came through is Neptune. It says, tap into the unseen dimensions of reality and journey beyond the physical to explore the depths of your soul, your soul's connection with the cosmos. Know your worth. I feel like you could be getting into astrology. There's something that you're being guided to go deeper within. So let's see, in regards to this energy, what's the most important message in regards to this new beginning that's coming towards those that's resonating in the energy of this message? So we've got the moon energy. Center of this message is Jupiter. Let's get another 2 more cards in regards to this energy for those that I'm connecting with. We've got Gemini energy and we've got Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine's here in the reverse. In regards to this energy of this message for those that I'm connecting with. Focus on the positive. Why is this energy here for those that's resonating in the energy of this message? I need to focus on the positive. In the midst of this mass consciousness, there's a need to unplug. This is going back to message 4.1 for those that's in this masculine energy, this energy of pent up anger, making hasty decisions. So let's see, in regards to the energy of this message for those that's connecting, what's the most important message in regards to this focus on the positive? And we've got Uranus. Your ability to think outside the box and embrace unconventional ideas makes you a harborer of transformation and progress. So let's see. Embrace the flow of life in regards to this energy of volunteer and serve. And we've got a comment at the bottom of the deck. Root chakra. That's that balance, that grounded energy. We've also got North Node, and we've also got the Divine Feminine that's here in the reverse. It's a matching energy here, masculine and feminine energy, and I'm hearing, again, you're only as strong as your weakest link. If the masculine's in the reverse, in this Neptune energy, needing to tap into the unseen dimensions in this energy of their reality and balance their spirituality and their practicality on their journey in order for them to see beyond this physical world, to explore the depths of who they are and their soul connection with the cosmos. I feel like they're in this Neptune retrograde energy that we was in. It feels relevant, and in this energy of the moon, it's like a combination of it all. A masculine can really be going through something right now, very much in their root chakra, in this energy of needing to unplug from a mass consciousness. That card came through in the masculine energy, message 4.1. So in the energy of the moon, it reads, in time of darkness, find solace in the knowledge that the light will return in time of the brightness. Appreciate the illumination and let it guide your steps. Baby steps, is what I'm hearing. You're not new to this, you're true to this. Your soul is just recognizing a familiar path. That's your North Node energy that came through here. But divine feminine energy is also in the reverse. Nurturing, love, deep intuition, and creative flow are qualities of the divine feminine. May her wisdom guide you towards a life of compassion and harmony. And I'm seeing this in the reverse, Maybe someone's not feeling very nurtured by a feminine energy right now. But in this energy, I'm seeing those that's in a divine beauty, divine feminine energy is reaching out to a masculine here. A divine masculine that's in this energy of needing to unplug from a mass consciousness and embrace the divine wisdom of the root chakra and find solace in the grounding force it offers as it anchors you to the present moment. So the other card which came through also is this Gemini energy, which is the energy we're in right now, full moon in Gemini. It reads, you can be both the student and the teacher, the seeker and the guide, the speaker and the listener. Embrace your duality. You don't have to choose. And I just love the way how that came out. I always say, you're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach, So I love how that's coming out in the energy of Jupiter, which is in the energy of, listen, being the teacher and the student. And when the teacher is ready, the student will appear. And when the student is ready, the teacher will disappear. But again, you're always going to be a student and you're always going to be a teacher, I kind of picked up on this energy some years ago when I lost my nan. And I remember one of the younger ones said that they saw when she took her last breath. And that kind of touched me, because even at that very moment, this was something that she had never experienced. So right to that very moment, her soul is still learning in that moment of transcending. So Jupiter, you are the seeker, the sage, and the embodiment of limitless growth. Through your journey, you inspire others to reach the stars within themselves. Again, people say that the sky is the limit. And I say, now I go a step further than that. Your mind is the limit. How far your mind can bring you, create. I'm paying attention to this energy, your book of life, your arts, your crafts, your creativity. It's in your mindset. Rising toward your North Node energy, moving out of this energy of paying back any type of karmic debts. You've done the hard work and it's game over now. Allow lessons and experiences to unfold at their own pace and trust that each step is a necessary part of your soul's evolution and part of your self-discovery. Learning something new every day about yourself is what I'm hearing. Asteroids. None of us are just good or bad, or never wrong and always right. No one exists without polarities that are working with them, against them, and within them, and for them is what I'm hearing. So moving forwards, so this is going to be the foundation of the next message in the energy of the Fool, as we're coming to a close of this chapter in this energy of dependency, card number 18, falling into the energy of this masculine. So let's see, tell me more about this energy. We're coming to a close for chapter 20, the foundation of the next message. It's the most important message that's needed to be heard at this time for those that may be resonating with. No judgment. We've got judgment here in the reverse. Who feels it knows. I'm hearing 10-10. Card number 5. Heightened feelings. This is giving me this storm energy. This is bringing me back to the chapter 19 in the energy of Hurricane Melissa and all that has been washed away and released. You know, the ending of this tough cycle. And for many, it could be years, you know. So let's see. Let's get another 2 more cards in regards to the energy for those that's connecting with the energy of this message. It's like the storm took away all that wasn't needed and is only leaving what is needed, you know. Benevolence, card number 48. That's the repairing of a land, of a nation, of a planet. Mother Earth is here. So let's see, tell me more about this energy. 1 more card for those that's resonating in the energy of this message. What's the most important message for those that's needed to hear? I believe that says 6th. It's spelled S-T-Y-X, card number 36. It says cypress tree in the corner here. That may be significant for somebody. But I'm literally seeing there's trees here growing out of these mountains. It's like you're able to grow anywhere, you know, anywhere, because of the love that you carry in your heart. You never left it behind, even though your peace may have been disturbed at some point of time. And we've got this energy of doubt, and I just feel like it's relevant coming in from and into this energy of not allowing anyone to tarnish the work that you've already done for yourself, in removing these outdated ways of thinking and believing about yourself that may have been planted there from birth, from the womb, throughout life. I'm seeing this energy of 47 here, may be significant. We've got battle at the battle of love here. Caring and nurturing, compassion, empathy. It's been a battle for somebody. You've had little to no support in regards to what this is, and you've got very little to no judgment to pass, you know. If anything, this has heightened your intuition. It's heightened your focus on positivity, because you see nothing but positivity come to you throughout all of this, you know. It's heightened. This is the blessing that's here in disguise, in this benevolence energy. So let's see, in regards to this energy of dependency, what's this transformation energy that's coming? And we've got healing earth. Healing earth in a mystical type of a way. You know, there's a balance that's coming here. So in the energy of judgment that's here in the reverse, in regards to the energy of this message. So it reads, give and forgive. It doesn't say forget, you know. It says give and forgive. And I feel like it's coming into this energy of be that volunteer and serve. Teach with your last mistake is what I'm hearing. In the hope for the next generation. No matter how much a past situation may have caused you to be dependent at one point, you've now got through the storm. You weathered the storm, you know. You surrender to what it is that you're needing to surrender to in regards to this moment of time. And I feel like the guidance here is each one teach one. So let's get a card in regards to this energy, center of the message and heart of the matter, in this energy of heightened feelings. The card that wanted to come through was give your all, but something hindered you, stopped you, something maybe preventing you from wanting to give your all. So let's see. Tell me more about this energy. Heightened feelings. Pay attention to the wisdom of your body is also what I'm hearing again. Two cards want to come through in the energy of your root chakra. And we've got money, and this is the energy of abundance. It may not be physical money, and for some it may, but this is your birthright. The other card that came through is overcome weaknesses. This is in the energy of your north node. You know, your weaknesses would have been in your south node. This is something that you're moving through and have already overcome, or maybe still healing. We're all healing. Like I said, to the very last day, we're learning something new every day. So in this energy of benevolence, for those that may be resonating, although I can see the healing of Mother Earth is here, it's part of your mission. It's part of this energy of the winds of Isis and what it is that you possess within yourself, and that's strength. I heard out of nowhere. So in this energy, can't pronounce it, it came out real quick. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got friendship. And behind that friendship, we've got take the next step. Imagination. I'm hearing beyond your wildest dreams. Learn to live in love. But the card that came through in the reverse for this energy of 36 is seize the day. And it's bringing me back to one of my channeled messages which I had recently, and it's how do you help your future self? By not putting off for tomorrow what you can do for yourself today. You know, carpe diem is the energy. There's something that you're needing to do today, and that's following the wisdom of your intuition, the wisdom of your body. What is it that your body is calling you to do right now in this energy? So just to close it up, I'm just going to get a card in regards to this energy. Why is this energy of strength here? Focusing on the positive. I forgot to pull a card for the but let's see. Why is this energy of strength here? For those that I'm connecting with in this energy. Bottom of the deck, we've got soul earth, conscious, rooted, and awakening. And that's what's happening. It's a new, I'm hearing a new world, a mass awakening, let's just say. So it says, woman of the Jaguar, trust, courage, and fierceness. Lineage. So it says truth, right. So it says truth, right relationship, and legacies. I didn't pull a card for this energy that came through, the energy of doubt. Why is that energy of doubt here? Okay, it makes sense. So the energy of doubt's here in the energy of give and forgive, but you just don't forget, you know, those who ever try to plant that seed. Self-confidence, card number 19, is the energy again of today, numerology wise when you break it down. But this is an energy of a passage. A passage may even be significant. Don't put off today. There may have been something that should have been spoken about or on in your past that wasn't spoken on or about. You know, someone put off what they should have done that day for your best interest for another day, if that day ever came at all. So I'm going to read this card from the book to end this message. Card number 39. I'm hearing teach with your last mistake. So it's the last card out, you know. So the card reads, this card evokes the idea of transition, a door that you can choose to open or not via a proposal opportunity, or transitionary phase, depending on the other card in the spread. The passage card announces a difficult or beneficial time in combination with the subtle realm card, which would be card number 7. It heralds a spiritual awakening. So the yucca plant, I believe that's how you pronounce it, symbolizes transmutation. The YUCCA plant, card number 39, break it down to the 12, and you break it down further to the energy of 3, which is a persistent energy throughout this message. Something about the energy of 3, your mind, body, and soul. I'm also hearing healing of the first 3 chakras, root, solar, and sacral, in order for your heart chakra to open, the gateway to your soul, is an energy I'm picking up on right now. But on this note, I'm going to end this message here, and I hope that the messages have brought you some type of reassurance, confirmation, clarity, that all is going to be well, and that this new beginning is coming to you, and it's for you to embrace the flow of life in this present moment. So love and light and appreciations to you all, for your likes, your shares, subscribing to the channel, and if the message has resonated with you, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for any future messages which I'm uploading. But again, appreciations to each and every one of you. You're definitely helping my channel to grow and for the messages to be heard by those that's needing to hear a message at this time. So love and light, peace and blessings to you all.